Showtime on Broadway, everyone. Now, we had an episode called Patrick Kane. It's not a New York Ranger, but guess what, guys? Patrick Kane is a New York Ranger. Now, oh my God, we knew Patrick Kane was going to be a New York Ranger for like a week. It just didn't come into fruition. Now, the trade, not really too crazy. Arizona involved to retain 50% of his salary, and they get a third. Chicago gets a second that could be a first, and they get a fourth. And the Rangers, they get Mr. Showtime himself, Patrick Kane. Now, we discussed this in the Devils thing with UMR, but Showtime in the playoffs is back, fellas. Now, guys, what does this do for the New York Rangers, number one? And number two, you think Patrick Kane is going to cook? Or what Patrick Kane are we going to see here?
It's kind of hard to figure out because I watched a bit of the game last night, and I don't want to say he looked lost, but he looked like he was just going through the motions of learning the system.
New team after like what?
Yeah.
Like how many years was he in Chicago for?
Like,
you know what I mean?
16.
16 years,
yeah. It's kind of tough, you know. But yeah, dude, it's exciting. What do we think of Patrick Kane being in Madison Square Garden?
I think it's like, I watched a little bit of the game last night too, and he sent this backhand pass from like the goal line to the defenseman at the point on the power play, and the Garden was just like, ooh, you know, like they're giddy about it. Yeah. They're like, oh, look, he's here. He looks weird. Like I thought it would look like cool, and I kind of knew what he would look like in a Rangers jersey. But then he got out there, and I'm like, this looks weird as shit. Like he used to wear red Blackhawks jersey. Like it's weird. But it looks, I don't know, it looks cool, man. And he definitely looked a little lost last night. But obviously, like, brand new team after like playing for the same team for his whole career, and new systems. I don't think he practiced with them. So he's gonna need time to get acclimated. But yeah, and I think there's potential for him to cook. He's a good offensive player still. He really is. He had 45 points in 55 games with the Blackhawks.
And he's back with Artemi Panarin.
Exactly what I was gonna say. They reunited them, and I have a feeling they're gonna cook come playoff time. They're gonna be dangerous.
Dude, the NHL playoffs this year, with all the player movement, it's so much more exciting.
Yep.
I made some tweets about this. I talked about this last week. Player movement makes every league a lot better. Because like now every time the playoffs start, oh my God, the Leafs made so many acquisitions. Will it work? Patrick Kane versus Timo Meier, you know, two teams that made massive acquisitions. The Oilers can like Ekholm help maybe get them to the Stanley Cup Finals after, you know, a couple conference finals outs. And then you have like Boston, they're adding. All these teams are adding. So I think the playoffs this year are especially more exciting. And I think a guy like Patrick Kane getting moved is really good because I feel like in a lot of hockey cases, like a guy like Patrick, like players like that just kind of like, you know, they keep their mouth shut, they keep their head down, they don't say anything, and they just, you know, they play out the season. But Patrick Kane was basically like, I want to get traded and I want to go to the Rangers, and you have to trade me to the Rangers basically, or I'm going to be disappointed. And now he is a New York Ranger. Matt, did it feel weird to you seeing like a guy like Patrick Kane getting traded?
Oh, of course. After years of seeing him in a Hawks jersey, right? Like the only other type of blue that I've seen Kane wear was like the Team USA, but it seemed like him in a New York Rangers, like in the Garden underneath the bright lights of New York. It's kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie.
It's exciting.
It's really cool.
Dude, I'm so excited for as we said, Showtime on Broadway.
For more content, visit our YouTube channel and check us out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Don't forget to follow the guys on social media at Matt_Mondays, at Nick LaFlame, and at Darius Dominguez.